Best put the video on. Oh God, look at me. Bloody hate showing myself, but there we go. Share a screen. Let's stop swearing. We're on YouTube now. Right.
You can learn something that can change the trajectory of your life.
Oh, here we go again. We've opened up another
To
ring.
investing into very cheap things that can make you.
Right, okay. Let's get this correct. You think I'd better do it by now, wouldn't you? Come on, come on, come on. What I want to know is, where is everybody? YouTube. I'm not sure if I didn't even put the YouTube links out, did I? So I don't know if anybody will be there. But hey ho, never mind. Come on, go live and start running. Right. Viewers waiting. Oh, I guess there must be somebody there. Right. Let's get going. Hang on. You there? You live here? Yes, I am. Right, let's get going. So let's gold seems to have gone a bit ballistic, doesn't it? Right, yeah, two whacks on gold, which is very nice indeed. Right, okay. And the gold I stuck in earlier this morning is going absolutely mental. We're nearly 4% up on gold there. So I think I'm just going to do a stop to entry on gold. Make sure the gold bots are switched on. Still, there must be, because they've been in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah, BTC's running as well. Gold, gold, gold. Yeah, up. So gold bots are running. They've all been in and been out and made some money, so that's good. I'm in from YouTube. Hi, Peter. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Right, let's get going. So, do I want to just? We're at 2% risk, 26 pips. We're looking at 52 to get 4%. Is anyone in the room? Anyone in gold? Hi, Pet.
Yeah, I am.
Hi,
Yeah,
Vicky.
I'm in gold.
Hi, Brian. What about Scouser? Oh, Paul.
No, actually, I'm not.
You're not. You're
No,
making too much money then.
I wish. Yeah.
I'm getting too complacent. Yeah, right. Okay, let's get going. I'm just thinking whether I want to take the money on this or not, or should we go straight in? Do you know what? I'm going to take the money. It's nearly 4%. I'm going to take the money and we're going to use some alerts. 15-minute bar. What do you know what I missed that because we're doing one-to-ones. What a beautiful 15-minute bar that was. That was an absolute monster trade, but I didn't take it. Well, you saw the one I took, but I'm not complaining. Just under 4%. What the hell's going on down there? Hang on a second. What the hell's that? All that bloody pipework going off? Flipping heck. Right, let's get going. Another flipping reset. I don't think today's gone particularly well. Trading's gone fantastic. We've had issues on one-to-ones, getting connections, getting the right software working, and here we are. We're arriving on Friday, and right. Let's. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try and get a wee kickback It's not looking likely though. It's flying off. We've already done really well on this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some alerts. We should get some rejections into here. Let's, I've not even done the levels yet. Right. All right. Just have a quick look at the December contracts on gold. I just want to check. Just go very quickly back. December on gold. Oh gosh, yeah, they're monstering. Yeah, I will come back to those. I'm going to take a little bit off there because they're absolutely flying. All right, just collected a little bit more there on gold. Right. Right, okay. Right, I've not done the levels on here, but yes, we can. If we can remind me, I'll discuss the gold gap, the Dow gap yesterday, which was a very easy gap trade, which was a quick trade up from here and closing the gap. But we've only got 7 minutes to go, so I need to do the stuff here, and I've been completely unprepared because I've been helping others, and which is good, but it's taken me away from the markets to watch what's been going on CPI and the like. So let me just get the pivots sorted and make sure 46.94 was yesterday's. Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm going to put the pivots in now. Quickly copy them over. 941.56. That was yesterday's high. Previous 46. 61 we'll do. See if we can get these gaps done. Today's high is 46.
Missed a 4 out on your previous low.
Okay, thank you.
464.
804. No, I bloody got it wrong now. Right, start again. 46, 8, 1, 2.15, 46, 49,
No,
06, close, 46, 734, 61, previous high.
no, your high's right. It's your previous low. It should be 464.
Um, $46, 9, 4, 1.56. Previous low 46, 461.52. Right. What's happened here? It's frozen. Can anyone hear me okay? Has the whole net gone off?
I hear you.
You can hear you.
I can't get rid of the bloody dialog box. I wish IG would get the finger out and get things working. All right, we're now moving. Why can't I get rid of this on the screen? Bloody ridiculous. PRT is a great bit of software. Just IG managed to screw it up. Right, let's just jump off and go back. See if we can get it. Can't get this box working, can we?
Can you drag it onto a different screen?
Bag of crap. Right, sorry. You'll have to bear with me. I'm losing patience with this software now. I've had so many problems with it today. Open it back up again. Makes you want to go back and use TradingView, even though that's a bag of crap anyway. Flipping heck. Let's you can all have a look at my garden while it's loading. What a day. Thank goodness for the bots and the gold trade.
Alert triggered.
Right. Let's see if the Dow saved, and we're not going to be able to got 2 minutes to the gap. Is it going to be, has it saved? Has it saved? The close is 46.73. Yes, it did. Right. Okay. So this is what you call real trading on the fly, isn't it? Economic calendar. What we're looking at. Has anything come out on? I'm just looking at the economic calendar here. At 1:30, we had a big rise. Obviously, some. Right, yeah, it's now updated. Oh, pretty bad news, isn't it? Weaker dollar, right? So, CPI means weaker dollar, which means a rise in the markets because of the weaker dollar. Right, we're trading above Camarilla breakout long. So we do need to be 152 pips away from this close, but the only way we're going to trade this is if we're under Camarilla breakout long. So we've got we'll let 165. So we'll 165 guys, and we're going against the trend. So today, because we're going against the trend, we're going to do half stakes against the trend until we can build up. And right, I'm going to lock the room because I've got guys jumping in and out and the ding dong bell's going. So if you're not in now, you're not coming in. Lock the meeting, donk. There we go. Meeting locked. Right. So we've got a Camarilla breakout long here. So as you know, guys, we've got a breakaway trade going on, and this is because of the weak CPI data, stronger dollar, which means that people, the weaker dollar, foreign investors cheaper to get into the market. So we're on a breakaway here. We need this market to trade under Camarilla breakout long because it's on a breakaway trade. So we do need the gap to actually come down and close, but it needs to be under C-ball for that to actually happen. So let's just put this into a 5-minute affair, and we're looking for this to come careering down. Bear with me 1 minute. I forgot the other account. Let's have a quick look at what we're doing with gold and silver on there. Right. Okay. Baddies. Good stuff. And we haven't done the S&P, so we're gonna put some alerts on here, and then we're going to below Camarilla breakout long. If it comes down, we're going to have a piece of that. It might take a while to settle down with this news. That was a bit of a monster spike at 1:30, wasn't it? 270 pips, which is roughly 45% ATR. Let's just have a little look. Hence the massive rise in gold. weak dollar straight in. Okay, so done really well out of gold. Let's get to the US 500. All right, so that was the close. Let's get the 15-minute on. Yesterday was closed easily, so that was quite nice. Configure. Right, and did I do the figures yesterday? No. So yesterday's high 67. It's a good job we had that. We've had the market out of kilter a little bit. Normally these gaps are closed pretty quickly in the first few minutes. Since I'm playing catch up today, we might just play in our favor. Close 66, 99, 40, and 67, 40, 9, 3, 67, 0, 4. And there we go. And this again, look, it's trading right outside camera breakout along with a closing. That can't be right. 6, 7, 3. Yeah, I've typed in the wrong flipping number. Right. The close. 6, 7, 3, 8.44. Let's make sure the high for the day. I didn't put that in either today. Let's try and rush all this because I'm running late. I'm going to have to stop these mentoring and one-to-one help sessions before they open because when we run late, it just rolls on to everything else. I end up playing catch up. So 41. It's looking a wee bit better, but still miles out. Let's just take a bit of a helicopter view here. So that news has put us on a breakout and an all-time record high here. So we're a bit of a breakaway, never get in front of a breakaway trade. So we'll put a bit of the baby blues onto the camera breakout long. We've got a close down here. We've got DS3 down here with a 2-day low. That's a 4-hour barrier. Let's run this down into the 1-hour. Wow. These large runaways are usually retraced, so we'll let's just put the support resistance levels in. And let's the close one. We need to put an alert. I'm not sure we're going to get the C-ball, a break on the C-ball today. Right, I'm going to overlay. Let's have a look at this. Look at this Dixie. That's should have shot through the floor. It has, yeah. So as the dollar gets weaker, it's more attractive for foreign investors to buy into the index. And therefore you imagine that the index will go up, but that will be settled off. So the USD CAD opportunity in USD Japani, we will have seen USD Japani go down, USD CAD go down, and we would have seen the euro go flying up. So let's go and have a quick look at those while. Not that I want to trade them because they're in response to news. So yeah, right. So USD Japan will have gone down and USD Swiss will have gone down. Let's just go and check. Euro USD would have shot up. Yeah, we've certainly had we're out of that market anyway for the news. USD Japan, that should have come flying down. USD Japan, or USD yen, I should say. Yeah, there's that spike down for USD yen. No interest whatsoever to trade. It's just a momentarily spike. The interesting one, which come up on the AI today, USD CAD is what come up on the come up as an absolute favorite today. Not in the edge, not in the daily edge, it didn't, but according to the Bloomberg, Reuters, FX Street, Economics, this was a screaming short. What a lot of rubbish. No, it isn't. So we didn't, I'll just show you. This is what was recommended by the AI and all the different analysts and sometimes. So one good lesson really is never believe what an analyst says. One analyst will say one thing, what another analyst will say another. It's good to try and get some consensus between people, and then really best thing to do is to learn how to read the markets yourself, because it's you that's trading your money. Hi, Hayden. Message retracted. Oh dear. Was that an abusive message or something? It was spelt wrong. P. Right. So yeah, I would say really another retracted message. Oh dear. Yeah, learn to read the markets yourself, because it's all getting consensus. Use AI for doing. I'll show you the daily edge. Where are we? Where's this edge? Where have I hidden it? Daily edge, daily edge, daily edge, daily edge. I'll reopen it again because I've got too many screens open. I can't find which one it is. So let's open up another daily edge. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I don't know how many people use the daily edge that are watching, but if you don't, you need your head read. So this gives highlights on whether we're risk on, risk off, whether what happened to the markets on the previous day, the daily pivots. And if you're using pro real time, one thing I will say, if you're using pro real time and you're using version 12, do not use the pivots. IG have got it wrong. The IG's pivots are completely wrong. The pivots are based on a 24-hour market, and as everyone knows, a cash market isn't 24 hours. These are the correct pivots, and if you want to go to a separate site to find those, then Wall Street Journal has the correct pivots, and it's very good. I use AI to get all the highlights of what's happened overnight. And further reading, if you want to, just by hyperlinks here. Economic events, again, hyperlinks to find out what's going on. The expected economic events today, which has been a bit of a minefield. And then some further reading and research with all, clickable links that you can hit to get the research, which then will go out and show you further in-depth reading if you want to read it. And then comes, I guess, the very interesting part is what are the recommendations? This is for my trading room, but if you go on the website, you can get access to this as well, delivered to inbox around about 7:30 every morning. It tells you what we're going to trade. Tells you what happened the previous day, whether we made money or not. And it goes through the recommendations for the day of high probability trades, which is the FTSE, the DAX, gold, and Euro USD. But not trade on Euro USD after the news, because of course we got a really weak showing for the dollar, which means Euro would have momentarily gone up, and we're looking to short that. But obviously gold's absolutely stomped up, which is really, really good. And I think we can trade gold for the rest of the day and do really well out of it. So that's the kind of daily edge. I use AI tools to generate that every morning, and then I put a technical view over that with setting the targets and things. So we'll get that out of the way. So let's just have a look at, use the AI, see if there's any decent setups. Perfect storm going long, perfect storm going short, nothing coming up just yet at the moment. Is there a dip, a pullback? No, we're right in the hiatus of all the news, so there's nothing really setting up. It's just a continuation. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE, and yeah. Did anyone in the room trade the 15-minute bar? No one. There was a huge 15-minute bar that never clicked off, and then there's another 15-minute bar here at 12:30, which I didn't trade it. I was too busy doing one-to-ones, but there's a one-to-one risk reward, which worked very nicely indeed. Would have been nice to have been part of that. So the market came down, more than closed the gap, and we're heading up. I did have a target for today of 96.26, and that's looking like a step too far. It's an all-time record high, but you never know. There's another 15-minute bar here, and another 15, and another 15 if you want to do a continuation breakout trade there. The DAX this morning, where are we? When we watched the DAX, there's a few of us traded this, and Becky, we market came down, and then we were stopped for just over 0.5% profit. And then if anyone went back in after I'd gone, the market came back down and finished the gap off very nicely indeed. So that was a really nice trade. One thing I did say, if you remember this morning, the DAX gets a Friday feeling on if it's into a positive mood, and it is now. So a DAX trade here is actually on the cards, and this is a 15-minute bar trade. So let's just wind out to confirm for people who use the 15-minute bar guide. For people who use the 15-minute bar guide, then you'll be able to practice using that today. So let's use the 15-minute bar guide rather than the 415 reversal, just to show people it actually works. So we're trading above a 200 EMA on the 4 hour. We need the same reflection on the 1 hour, and we have. The addition here, which is really, really good, is it's trading above the close after this large spike in the market here from CPI news rolled across. 15-minute bar, we've got a 15-minute bar developing. There's 12 minutes of its life left here. Indecision, none of these bars, you would take none of these bars. This is the only bar that you would actually take. And I have a really high expectation today on here. Let's just have a, what can we do here? Well, that was a Fibonacci, but we've now broken the Fibonacci on the dips this morning. So while we've got 12 minutes to go, let's go back into using Fibo extensions. So one thing we do when we use Nakanashi candles, and we always do here, is we never take into consideration a single candle on its own. We always need two of the same color to start an anchor, and we never finish on just a singular on its own. So there's a singular indecision candle and another singular candle there, but we do have three candles to the bottom. So we do have phase waves to look at. So if we do the extension, we'll go down to the bottom of this extension right to the very top on a 4-hour, and we'll bring it right down to the 2-day low, and we'll look at that. And you can see there we have a 78.6 Fibo there. Now, I think the easiest target really would be, now the market's moved a bit, would be to have a target the 302 really, which would be quite an interesting target. That's a phase wave extension, 61.8% Fibo. So that's got to be a target to look for. Now, if that's a target we're going to go for, it's right on Camarilla breakout one. And how are we going to get there? If we're going to use, I'll just take this off, we're going to use a 15-minute bar. We do want a one-to-one risk reward in there. I'm not sure we're going to get that. So just to look at the height of that. One thing I will say as well, the wicks are important on Nakanashi candles. This is not the swing low, neither is this, nor that. This one is the swing low because this is a lower low than this. So that is a swing low when we're using 15-minute bar with high Kinashis. So we're just going to have a look at that, and we're going to look at that bottom, which is 45.6. Spread is roughly 1.7. We'll just call it 2 for the purposes of calculating the stops. We're going to round that from 45.6 to 47. So with the spread, that's 49 plus 1. That's 50 pips that we actually need for a breakout to get up to here. And we've got 55. So that's fine. So I'm going to give it that extra 1 pip wiggle because we can, which gives us the opportunity for a wee break above that bar there. As long as that bar's not broken that top, we can quite comfortably have an entry in at 24,247. We've got 9 minutes to go. I'll just drop that in so you can just see how that would look. I'm going to put a risk reward bar 2 in there so you can see, and then I'm going to take that off because there's 8 minutes left of that trade. So that's going to be the trade, we hope. And what we don't want to see is this wick being longer than the body of the candle. We already can see indecision and rejection here, and that's kind of looking like it's going to set up the same. Flipping neck head, and have you got Tourette's? One. Hello, Unk. Is there a way you trade if the trend is above 200 EMA but price action is below? No. Oh dear. So we've got a guy in the room so I am going to call you out because you need to be called out, is one of the biggest failures of traders is a lack of patience in the market. And it's very difficult to be patient, but all successful traders have to be. If you're waiting for a trade and it's looking all, it's taking ages to set up because, you know, you have a very specific strategy. And if your strategy is taking too long to set up and it kind of is for hidden, so then wants to use something else, the next shiny thing. And that is a really big mistake. Unless you've decided that the market is running slowly, so you choose a separate strategy. One thing you never do outside of gap trading is if you're using the 200 EMA as your guiding gospel, and I do, for trend, and I'm trading under the 9 EMA, in other words, I'm trading under the price action, there's no way in hell would I actually trade long. Suicidal, you may as well give your money to charity because you're not going to keep it. You've got to wait for all the duck alignment to arrive. And if you're not going to be patient enough to wait, then just don't trade. Walk away, switch your machine off. You're better off keeping your money in your pocket for another day rather than throwing it into the wind or doing what we call a Clint Eastwood trade. If you're feeling lucky punk, you know, you may as well play roulette. You do not go against the 9 EMA and the 200 if you're trading with the trend. You just don't do it. And there isn't another way of doing it. This is not. If you want to keep the money in your pocket. There is exceptions when you are gap trading, but those are exceptions in advanced trading, which are not for this room. Sorry, they're not for YouTube. They're from a private room teaching people. You know, I teach people how to be professional traders, to be consistent traders, to be proficient, to be unemotional, and most of all, to be patient. And here, we've now got a bar here that is of no use. We're 5 minutes in, and you can see we've now got indecision to the downside, indecision to the top side. Not many players still keeping them the money positive. The unbalanced volume is more or less neutral. So there is nothing to see here just yet, which is frustrating, but that's part of trading. You've got to know when not to trade, as well as knowing when to trade. So we're just going to put an alert here. If the market pulls up again, then we'll have some of that. And so long as this stays intact down here, our Fibonacci 61.8 Fibo target will be intact, and that's just a front run of the 78.6 Fibo. But we are getting this Friday feeling with the DAX. It's very gently pushing its way up. You can see here from a neutral position, the unbalanced volume is running to the top side. And we are still trading over the 9 EMA. So long as we're trading above the 9 EMA, that's what counts. So we've got momentum, yes, with us going to the top side. And now we're trading above the 9 EMA, which is we've got price action going with the trend. And that's what we're looking for the price action to move back up with the trend. And then we're looking for an entry system to go in. There's a few other entry systems we could use rather than the 15-minute bar. We could turn the frackers on and we could look at the frackers. And if you look at the fractals here, this is a 5-minute, 15-minute frac. We don't use 15-minute fracs on the indices. We only use those on commodities. We've dropped down into 5-minute fracker system, and the DAX responds well to 5 minutes and to 3-minute fractals. So I like 3-minute fractals, and we're trying to do a breakup and a breakaway. But you can see here, fractal structure is the same as the 15-minute bar. And it's given us a base fractal structure here, which is exactly the same as the 15-minute bar. As it happens, the 15-minute bar is indecisive. That's fine. The fractal is identifying where the breakaway may come. So we could still trade that system there, that break there. That's still okay for a fractal. We're getting a nip in on the fractal structure is getting tighter and tighter. And as it's getting tighter and tighter, that tells you it's going to absolutely explode one way or the other. So long as we are trading above the 9 EMA and we've got that complementary 200 EMA at every level, but the 1 hour and 4 hour need to be aligned. That tells me the market is highly likely to break to the top. Now, if we start closing under the 9 EMA, it's highly likely to break to the downside. While we're in this gap here, then we've got nothing to do. We're waiting for a breakout or a breakaway, and that's what it's all about. So we're just talking about 15-minute bar strategy, fractal trading on 5 and 3 minutes. There are lots of different strategies you can use. There's lots of different tools you can actually use as a trader. The key is knowing when to take the right spanner out of your bag to to do the job. So we've got an alert for the market to come up. We'll put an alert for the market to come down. We'll save this and we'll come back to it. Let's go back into the US 500. See if we've had any relaxation yet. The market's just taking off with a weak dollar, isn't it? Quite interesting. We're above camera breakout long, so it's on a breakaway trade, but we do have an R3, classic R3, which usually can act as a bit of a ceiling. The market has hit, I think, has it? Yeah, it has now just hit all-time record highs on weak news. Right. So I'm not going to chase that today. We'll probably, the good time after all the noises out of the way and abated, we've got other economic news coming our way in 1 minute. So we'll kind of let's have a look at we'll wait until the S&P. We're going to look at consumer price sentiment, but after the mixed bag of news that we've already had with the consumer price index, bit of weakness, and then we've had the global, why they call it a global PMI, I have no idea. It's nothing to do with, nothing global about it. It's American. So that's coming in a bit of a limp result as well, not particular the services sector, but the real mover is going to be the manufacturing, the powerhouse. That's positive, but the dollar's down. The market's already made its mind up. The dollar's weak and the market's going up. So we might have a closing, we might have an open gap today. But what I'd be keen on doing is not chasing this market to the top side. We don't really need to. We made a clean on gold today. We can, one thing I did say is if we could do some back testing on gold. I did say I would do that because we've got some guys watching this on YouTube and wanted to see how the gold bots were performing. So I'm still waiting. I'm going to wait for this market to come back. If we get a bounce off C-ball for the market to go to the top side again, then yeah, I would take that. If we break under camera or breakout long, then there's a closing gap to be had there. There is here a daily high, and that is an extreme gap. So we've opened up above the daily high, got an X gap there. So the real box of interest really here, we've got an X gap here, extreme gap, and a closing gap here. And so we've got big market inefficiency in there, but we've had news driving the market away. So I would say hang on for a pullback to go longer. If we get a base support on camera breakout long, if we break camera breakout long, then this market, the market makers will get pushed down to the daily high and then probably down into the close. Let's go and have a look at the Dow. That's probably acting in a very similar way. absolutely took off. Look at that, right outside of R3. This is in an absolute breakaway. Straight into orbit, that, isn't it? Walk away, leave that beast alone, because you're probably going to get this shirt ripped off your back if you try and follow it up. Kind of interested in what's happening with silver. And sorry, I've put the NAS up. I want to show you the no one's correcting me either. It's absolutely on a flyaway as well, but not trading that unless it comes under the camera breakout long. One of the things that you can look at on the Nasdaq is the 15-minute bar. On a I can actually candle the depth of that 15-minute bar after the launch at 2:30. No matter what color that bar is, so long as you get a break with the trend, you can trade the depth of the 15-minute bar to the upside in the direction of the trend, or for a negative trend, a 15-minute bar break to the downside. We haven't done that, and we're gone way past that 15 minutes. So we're at 3 o'clock now, and we're looking at 2:45. Let's just have a look at that. Just going to give some hints and tips on what to do. Put it into 15 minutes. So let's get this into 15 minutes and let's have a look. So we want to look at the 2:45, 2:30 bar. So that 2:30 bar is here. Donk, there we are. So there is the 2:30. So no, there's a 2:30 bar. I apologize. 2:15 finishes at 2:30. 2:30 finishes at 2:45. Is that 15? 2:30 finishes at 45. So that is the break of that bar with the stop underneath there, and you're going with the trend. And that would be the break at the 15-minute bar break. So 15-minute bar, it's a 2:30 finishing at 2:45, going with the trend. Mark that in, and we'll look at that. That might take a while to develop, and it may not even break that. We wait for the first 15 minutes of action on the NAS. We're going to go back to gold, and I'll have a look at silver as well. One of the robots has gone in, the 2-3. Anybody else in the room running the robots? Or you've switched the robots off because they've just all collected a load of rupees, haven't they?
Got mine
Anyone
on.
running the bots?
I'm in.
You're in. Are you using 2-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, so the bots have identified a trade here, and maybe we could get a 15-minute bar there. Silver, let's have a quick look at silver. And that's right. I've got a swing trade on silver, which is was a breakout of here, and it's near here, nor there. And we're giving silver a bit of a long-term run up, so I'm sure that'll be fine. Let's look at gold. Now, I never did look at the issue we had with the 15-minute bar. I wonder if since this is running, why not use this one? So let's put it into 5 minutes. And we've still got time. Well, that's quite a good rejection, that, isn't it? Got a nice phase wave there. Wave 1, 2, 1, 2, and another one ready to rock and roll, which we'll keep an eye on that. So we'll do let's see how much data I can pull up. Let's see if we can get 200,000 units. It's managing to do that. Right, okay. Let's pull up the robot. Version 2.3, 2.3, trading systems. There are all the trading systems. Gold, 2.3, bonk. Let's have a look at that and just check it's running. in the same way. Let's set the account size correctly. So that's set, yeah, okay, set, okay. Make sure it's trading at 5. No idea what this result will be, but I said I would run something, so we'll run them now. So we'll run real time to now, and what's the earliest date we can get? 20, oh, don't want 20. Well, let's run 2025. Let's run January this year. Excuse me. Whoops. So these bots, as the guys in the room know, the 5-minute bots are meant to be switched on and off every time you get a 1 hour pullback. This is like I call it like a bowling ball. When the market pulls back, you set these 5-minute little Pac-Man off and you roll them down the aisle and they go and rip a new one out the market. And they're not meant to be kept on all the time. So we don't expect them to perform particularly well if they're kept on all the time. The 15-minute ones are the ones that are fire and forget. So the bowling ball is in here, the FRAC 25, with all the intelligence in there, and then the conditions on when it's going long, when it's going short, when it activates a stop to break even function. So we've got this isn't precisely AI because it's within an environment. It's based on a type of large language model, a deep learning model. It's as good as you can get with using pro real time. And then the market senses what's going on and then takes profit at the end of the day if it's still in profit. So we'll keep this open. Be quite interesting to see if a 5-minute bot will survive. Let's see. So it's running the data then here. Oops, that was fast. Wow, that was fast. Should have left that on, guys. No, that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. 829% return. Bullshit. Something's wrong. Let's see if we've got the right risk reward. So we've got a 50k account. Let's get my electronic brain out. 2% risk on these. So let's get the calculations correct. We've got 17, we've got 50k accounts, so we've got 500, we've got 2,000, 1,000 risk. So divide it by 16, which is a stop. 62.5.
Hi, Steve. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't hear you at all.
No, I can't either.
No, I
Oh,
can't.
shit a brick. I've been talking for the past half hour on mute.
No, you've only just went off about 30 seconds ago.
Oh, I must have hit me. I must have.
Yeah.
Have it,
No, so I was doing something and I thought
right,
I'd lost.
hit me mic on
Yeah.
the calculator. Thanks, guys. I probably sound better muted anyway. Right, okay. So this is making things a little bit better. You can see we've got losses in April, in June, August, and usually markets don't really trade really well with bots in September. We had a monster 37% in September. I know there is a particular one of our traders that is not in the room, but has made a lot more than that in September. And he's only been with me for 4 weeks, and he's made a lot more than that. Right. Okay. So let's just have a look at the spec on the the hit rate on this. Ah, right. Gold's just hit full target on that robot that went in.
Alert triggered.
Bang. Yeah, so that's just made that alert triggered. So that's gold just hitting a brand new. We'll go back and show you that bot. It's gone. It's won. It's made it. Yeah. Yeah. Nice one. Yeah. So this is it's got a hit rate of 75%. And that's if you're not using the bot correctly, and that would have made you round about what was it, 100? It would have, with a 2% risk, would have put your bank in at 103. Let's look, close that panel, put that bot off. Let's just run the 15, the other bots on. We've got a whole different tranche of bots. The 2.2s are really, really aggressive. I'm just seeing if we can get one to fail. Trading systems, gold 2.2s, gold 2.2s, gold 2.2s. Now this is super aggressive. I want to make sure it is running at 5 minutes, and we'll set that to 50. And it's 9, I think the stops on these are 9.9. That's super aggressive. Yeah, 9.9. So that's £112 a pip a point. So we'll do that, and we'll run that one from real time now, including all the problems and dips, right through to January this year. Each bot is developed to run for 1 year using 1 to 2 years previous and looking at exactly how the market's been reacting. So they're tuned for what's happening now, not back testing forever and a day, because that's just a load of bull. Yeah, I don't, it really winds you up when people say, how was it performed for 5 years? Well, it would have performed reasonably well if the market had stayed at the same amount of pips all the time, but it just doesn't. Just shows the naivety of people who understand him. I'm going to get off my orange crate and press the button. Oh, that's performing even better. Super aggressive. I don't leave mine on all the time. Its hit rate is less, but it's much more higher frequency trading, and it takes advantage of big moves. Right, I'm going to quickly run into 15 minutes and see if we can pull that data up. No, I'm not going to. It's going to take ages. The 15-minute bots work. Okay, well, let's go and have a look at what happened. Right. So if you remember, we had the gold bots on history, and it went in at 4104.99 and come out at 41203 for 2%. And it's a shame we didn't actually see it whack the 2% straight away, but trust me, I'm a trader. It's a good job we had. It's a good job we had the trade on long, otherwise, and showed you it wouldn't have been believed. So can we do a 15-minute bar to our target? Well, there is the 15-minute bar, and I think I prefer this 15-minute bar. We do have a rejection here, and if you look off to your left, always look off to your left to see where the market may have struggled before. The market here has stopped round about here, isn't it? The initial target on the 4150 is a difficult one to break out, and can we get a 1-to-1 risk reward on that? It's gonna be close, isn't it? Let's just have a Fibo check again. We've got some more information to look at. Wow, that's very bitty. So I won't take a 1 hour fib. I never take a 1 hour fib if I'm trying to go long. If the market is putting in lower highs and lower lows, that's like walking down a hill backwards. It's only a matter of time before you spoil your day, really. So we're going to roll that up for 4 hours. And now we have some structure that we can look at. These are targets I have in the room for moving forward into the Christmas period and into January of where the market's probably going to go. But we're day trading today, so we're just looking at where we are. So right, okay. So we have a low here, high, and a high low. So we can actually use that. Can I just take some of these colors away? It'll look a little bit like a kid's craning book on it on YouTube. Oh, better put YouTube up so I can see what people are saying. I have a family, so I'm here trying your strategy to scalp money to join you. So forgive me if I've offended. Hayden, no, of course you haven't offended me. Not at all. Not. I might come across a little bit. I don't mean. I'm passionate about trading and I want people to make money. And I get agitated with myself, obviously, not obviously. If I'm not getting things across in the correct way, then it's my fault, not your fault. I only use strategies that are proven, that I know that work. So if something works, don't change it. If it works, use it. If you need to trade on a different time frame, then use a completely different strategy. And we have lots of different strategies, lots of different tools in the toolboxes to rip money out of the markets. And I just want you to be successful. That's all. I don't want you to be risking money on something that might be, we call them Clint Eastwood trades in the room. Well, I do. If you're feeling lucky punk, as he used to say, as he used to level these 44 at someone's head and say, do you feel lucky punk? And, sometimes people just do the Clint Eastwood trades and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. And, hi, Dave. WFTV, yeah, I like that. So if I start ranting, it's only because I'm passionate about trading and I want people to be successful. So we're taking the bottom here. I'll just take that color off so you can see what I'm doing. Again, we're not going to look at that one because it's been displaced by here, and we've got a new get rid of this so you can see a new low here. So you can see the Higanashi candles in every time frame, the wicks count. So we've got a low here, a high here, and another low here. So we're putting in a series of higher lows. So that kind of qualifies to start using a Fibo extension tool. So that's what we're going to do while we've got a nice run. So we're going to go up to the first point, a wave or phase one, as we call it, down to a bottom. And now we're going to have a look at where this market is likely to go. If the phase wave is very similar to the initial wave, and because gold is traded massively by Fibo traders, it can be quite self-fulfilling, really. There's a 78.6 Fibo, which is going to be probably a lot of money be taken out here for people that have gone in long, and 100% phase wave there. Yet this morning, when we had less data, the target was set at 41.71, I believe. That was the first target, big target that I had. I'll just check. And if you haven't got the daily edge, give it a go, guys. It's £10 a month. You absolutely need your bleeding head ready if you're learning to trade or want to be consistent, and you don't use the daily edge. It's lost once in 3.5 months. Never mind. You can never understand people. Prefer to save 10 quid and lose 50. Still trying to learn to trade, but I can never get my head around it. Yes, 41.71 is the first big target. We've already bought the dips. You can see we've already made money. We made money this morning. The bots have been in, ripping money out of the market as well. So we've got a target here. That's we'll push that in a minute there, and we'll display the object time frame in there. So that's a 4-hour, and that's 100%. We'll put that in. That's not the official target, but I'm just putting this in to show you about how to use fib or phase waves and projections target. That's fine. Just leave it under like that. 88 points. Yeah, so there we are. So get rid of the fib all, and let's get down into the detail to see if we can get a trade out. First time we'll look at the 15-minute. So now we have a different perspective. We've got a problem here. This is a 78.6 into here, and it's going to be resistance. But there is a technique to run things through resistance as well, using the 9 EMA. So we're now trading from every time frame down to 15-minute above the 200 EMA. So if you've got your 15-minute guide, if you haven't got it, go and get it. It's free. It's on the website. There's links in the live room as well to go and get them. But if you haven't got one, just go and get it. It's free. It works. It's only got 5-star reviews, and I'm giving it away for nothing. Mad, really. But if it helps people, then great. 5 minutes to go on this particular 15-minute bar. This one, it's going to be a grid. So that one it's got a 16 pip wick, and the body is, it's a bit of a balanced one, really. But I think I prefer to take this one because we've got a flat bottom here. Flat bottoms are always really good to take. What the flat bottom depicts is the market is opened at this particular price, and there's been no rejections whatsoever. It's been accepted straight away as that is the lowest price. As you can see with look at that, the unbalanced volume is shooting up. Massive players coming into the market, more participants. The average true range is shooting up. Let's see how it looks into 15-minute movement. You can see where we are with the ATR. It can be a lot higher than this. So what we're looking at here is the impulsive move is roughly around about 17 pips per every 15 minutes. Once an impulsive move runs, and on balance it's quite flat. So hence you've got the rejection wicks. People will be hesitant coming into the market with a previous high very, very close. But you never get yourself stuck in front of a freight train. You're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah, 4 minutes to go. I'm just going to look at the other trades that we're running. Well, yeah, December contracts. I'm just going to take a bit more money out of those because we're 33 pips up on that. It's going to take another slice out of that. Okay. And we're getting no ding-dong bells or anything for US 500 and the Dow. Nothing happening really. It's all on gold, but whatever makes you money. We trade gold every single day in the room, every morning, live. There is a way to, if you are a trader and just want to have a nose in and do a trade with us live, you can do a monthly membership. and dip your toe in and see. And you also get the daily edge free in with that as well. That's on the website as well. So if you fancy having a trade between now and Christmas, we will make more money between now and Christmas than we'll for the rest of the year put together. We've got quite a few tasty trades that we operate between now and Christmas. Right, market's settling. I've got 2 minutes to go. So it's still going to be roughly 25 and 25, I think, isn't it? Just measure that to the bottom here. So we've got, oh no, that's a lot larger. Why did I have 25 in there? Good, you have remeasured that, wasn't it? It would look a bit of an idiot putting a 25 pip stop in. Wow, that's the volatility on gold is really moving up. That's a pretty meaty stop, that. So 30, let's take a, we've got 37 up into here. Oh yeah, well, okay. And the previous target, 30, that would take us straight into the previous target. Right, okay. 30, we want a direct break of that candle with a 0.3 underneath. So it's really going to be 38 pips, really. No, it isn't. 37.1, 37 and a half to be pedantic about it. 37 and a half. We want to stop at 37 and a half and a target of 37 and a half as well. I will leave your bots on as well, guys, because this could run on Friday. Just check the top of that. The top of that bar is 34.8. No, it isn't. It's the top. What's the top of that bar? The high, 34.8. So I can move that down, 34.8. So that's the spread. I can move that down to 2. So there we are. That doesn't look right, that, is it? Let's look at the high. The high Kanasha high, 34.8 plus 0.03. I'm gonna, what is it at the moment? Ah, no, the spread's open to 0.5. Let's just get a little bit more meat on the bone there then. Right, okay. So we've got our next trade on there. Just gonna add that trade as well.
Alert triggered.
Oh, let's just see a alert going off there. Go. We're in there. So we're looking for this break. That's a nice 15-minute bar. Can I show you that on the guide? I've got my HARKO Day Trading. Strategies, Q1, Q2, Q3. 15-minute bar. There we go. We'll open. I'll show you that. That's an absolute grade 1 bar. So this is a 15-minute bar guide that's free. Tells you all about the trade and how to get in. How to use a 200 EMA together with the 9 EMA and how everything looks. And then the candle shapes. There are really mainly 3 candles, 4 candles in total, but we've just put 3 in here. The perfect storm is having, this is the 9 EMA, the perfect storm is having the market trade the bar, the candle trading above the 9 EMA, tick. Wick is smaller than the body, tick. This is the best type of candle you can get. This is the second best and the second alternative, which is good. so long as the body is longer than the wick. That is not the case here. Certainly not the case here. And then do not touch anything the way we've got a wick larger than the body. Just stay away. And they are, it's as simple as that. People say to me, how can it work so well when it's so simple? Took ages working out how to make it so simple, but it just works. If you don't believe me, paper trade it and prove me wrong. Right, so we're in gold. Oh gosh, it's 3:30. I wonder if there's anyone still here watching. Right, gold. So we've done well on gold today, really well. It's a shame that we had the weak news on the dollar, but it looks like it's eventually coming back. But this isn't a trade we're going to be doing live in the room. But for the guys in my room, you know, if we get a bounce off camera breakout long and a continuation, a 15-minute bar, well, no, on the S&P. If we get a break on C-Ball, then a 5-minute fracker would be the order of the day, or all-time record highs. If we break under Camarilla breakout long, then we've got the extreme gap from yesterday and the closing gap to hit. On the Dow, again, the Dow is relaxing back off. That hit the classic R3 right on the nose. So you can see here, if you are not using pivots in a cash market, you need your head read. All the professionals use them. You can see this is a classic illustration of big money coming in, closing out on an R3 wall trade, and the market coming straight off. You can't get any better evidence than that, than it working. You can get pivot tools anywhere. If you're using Pro Real Time, then you can get those pivot tools off my website as well. And I open my website. I've got a website here. Here's the website. So free resources, if you want to go to the website, and there is the tool, there is the guide. You've only got 5-star reviews. That's just where it deserves because it works. Daily Edge, that's only 5-star reviews as well. You can't get any better than that. It just works, and people are making a lot of money using this Daily Edge, and it's only a tenner, worth having a crack at. And if you want to try the live room as a monthly have a go, come and have a go. I've just started doing this, leaving this open, and for people to come and see how we trade in a real room, real money in front of you all the time, nothing made up. And then if you're really interested in learning to be fully consistent and learning to be a consistent trader, give me a shout. Let's have a talk and see if we are both a fit for each other. I invest a lot of my time helping people be consistent. And if you come in the room, then I need to be convinced that you're going to be serious about learning my systems and being consistent, because I don't want to waste my time. I give lots of time to people who want to be consistent. And the caveat really is if you can't put aside 4 hours a week to learn and trade, in other words, immerse yourself in trading, reading, watching 4 hours per week, then don't get in contact with me, because you're not going to be successful. You need time to learn. Right. Any questions from anybody? Boom, 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 boom. So we're about to, we'll go. Ignore the trades that we want to do. That DAX, there's no alerts gone off on DAX, have there? Oh, we have been triggered in on the fractal breakout. So we're actually long on the DAX now. So fantastic. So there's the fractal breakout, and we'll let that run. And that can run out into the close on a Friday. The DAX shuts down, reopens again, and till 7 o'clock in the evening. So we can let that run and be quite interesting how that works. FTSE skyrocketing, and that will be on the back of oil, I would think. Oil must be taking off because there's a big contingent of oil in the FTSE. So let's check crude. That must be running off as well. Well, it's had a pullback and then a bit of a run from 2 o'clock, hasn't it? I've actually got put options out on crude. I don't think this is sustainable, and we just breached the 200 for our EMA, and this is where we decided to put some puts on, and let's see how this comes about. We've got till the end of the month. Right. No questions at all. Well, thanks, Dave. Right. Thanks to all. Any questions? Please put them in the comments under the live stream, and I will do my best to answer everyone's query. If not, we're streaming live again on Tuesday at 10 to 8 in the morning before the Northern European Open, and then we'll be trading again on the opening bell on Friday. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all hopefully Tuesday and Friday. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Steve.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye all. Bye-bye.